Hey everyone, welcome back. It's Lucid. We're hopping back into our game with Late Age Ulm, The Sound and the Fury. It's turn 49. And if you recall, we had a pretty good tactical victory against Erythra last episode, but we also got scared shitless by their big army. So we're going to continue to kind of dance around that. We also took down Earthblood Deepwell. So we're going to go ahead and get into the turn, and if you also recall, my turns are taking forever. Even though I'm playing them out ahead of time, it's hard for me to get 2 turns in a 20-minute episode. So that is my goal. We're going to try to do that. I'm not going to click through all these battles and watch them one at a time. We're going to look at them from the world map and just talk about the game. Okay, so we get assassinated here. And in this case, we actually kill the elemental, and that's kind of special, because it doesn't really normally happen here. And Earth Elementals are pretty good against skeletons because they can trample, but you can see we get him beat down where he's small enough that they can't really kill the skeletons fast enough. So I got a little lucky there. There's another one too, we'll go ahead and watch this. It's a second one on the Vampire Lord. And we'll see, hopefully we get lucky here also. Yep. Cannot complain about that, not even a little. We cast Sanguine Heritage, we cast Rejuvenate. I'm doing, I didn't mention this. I'm doing Rejuvenate on my Fire Random. These guys are pretty rare, and they tend to get diseased if you don't rejuvenate them. It's expensive, and you waste mage turns and blood slaves. So usually I'll only, on the Astral Blood ones, it's probably worth doing just regardless on all of them. But on the death ones, they're not very useful, and on the fire ones, they're not as useful. So I'll only keep maybe one of each around by doing the rejuvenate. You can also wait to see if they get afflicted on the less useful ones. Yeah. The fire one, actually, I was thinking, because I think normally when I play, I don't have any fire access with blood to get the Bind Archdevils. And so that's one of the reasons you want Fire Blood, is once you get some of the boosters, this will allow you to do Summon Archdevil. But I have it on my god this time, so as soon as I want to, I think I can already? What? I think it's... Yeah, I could do it now. I think Abyssea has most of them, so I need to keep my eyes peeled on Abyssean battles. And if he kills them, then I will try to snipe him. But, or really, I'll probably eventually fight Abyssea and then snipe them. We found 2 magic sites, Maze and Wolf Oak. I like both of those. Maze is 2 pearls, Wolf Oak is 1 nature gem. So those are most welcome additions to my empire. Blood hunting's going pretty good. We're at 50, 100. We're getting probably right up at 200 blood slaves a turn. I'll just show you what I'm casting with those real quick too. We're doing Curse of Blood once. I would normally do more, but as you can see from my orders, we have some other shit going on this turn, which I'll talk about in a minute. I'm actually trying a strategy I've not really fully tried before. I tested it a little bit in single player, but anyway. Okay, now time to watch battles. We have a battle here. This is where I sent a Bane Raider. Here's the gear I put on this dude. He gets a Wraith Sword. A dancing shield in this in case there's a priest. And I'm thinking this will kill PD. He probably needed like a legit actual shield because yeah, he dies pretty friggin' fast. Whoops. And then here I'm sending in my other Bane Raider with a Vine Shield and a Flesh Eater. God, that's a ton of income. Look at this province. I kind of want that. Oh, we're gonna go through all the battles. What else did we have? So I'm just pinging him here, and he's only got PD. He's not patrolling. So I'm hoping he patrols this turn, and I'm gonna send in some big shit. We're gonna see what it is. I've also moved this army on top of the fort, I had Vampire Lords there before, but anyway, no, they're not. And expecting... so last turn, I basically moved the vampires that were on this fort down here. And I expected that he would try to attack this, because it's right next... It's in his cap ring. And... this is also where he did the assassinations with the Earth attack. And I expected he would try to take it back with at least a medium-sized raiding party. And he did, and fortunately for me, I brought extra vampires here. So we're going to mop these guys up pretty damn good. Some of the barbs managed to escape, but these sacreds, unfortunately, will not be so lucky. So we mopped them up pretty good. He was expecting me to raid here too, that's why he's got the Springhawks. And those would actually be pretty good at killing vampires, since they're flying and will just jump back there. So we're going to be a little careful about what we do next. We're not going to get into this next turn's moves yet. Other battles. We had a battle here, inside the fort. Or no, that was a patrol. We had a battle here. Okay, maybe it's actually going to be faster to... Okay, we cleared the wolves off of the top of this fort. Oh, this is unfortunate. Utgard versus Ulm. Ulm versus Utgard. Okay, well, let's check this part out real quick, too. So, Utgard's attacking me with this guy. I'm not sure the full purpose. I think this is to trigger gem usage. Okay. I think we effectively triggered gem usage. And then we're going to jump in here. Hopefully I have enough gems still to do my thing. But I may not. These guys are all in one square, too. I could potentially magic duel them. I think that next time I go in, because as you notice from the outside, I do not win. He's got an extremely effective defense with just, like, 4 of these dudes. Basically, they're doing Skelly spam, and I think they also... No, they don't. Yeah, just Skelly spam, really. And my wolves are retreating, so they're not attacking. Meanwhile, my dudes in the back are getting hit, so these wolves are kind of not helping at all. And Flaming Arrows didn't go because he did that attack at the beginning to burn my gems. So, yeah, we not only lose this, we get friggin' wrecked. That's unfortunate. So we're gonna move everybody back on and try to take it. The province isn't actually worth that much anymore. It's only got like 5,000 population. But it does give me, what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 gems a turn. That's worth some effort, but I can't totally weaken my position because eventually Lemuria is going to attack me, so I got to be careful. Yeah. Also, don't know if Utgard's going to attack me here. He seems to be mostly focused on Lemuria, but I'm going to move these guys. Just some Iron Blizzards casters. I probably should put a little bit of PD here as well. These ladies are doing Blood Hunt. Yeah. You know, the other thing I could do, trying to take this, I'm thinking about it, is summon imps. That's pretty good against Skelly spam because the imps can jump back and hold up the casters. It's not a bad idea at all. Like 5 summon imps. I need to get vampires down here, I think. I'm not... Yeah. We're going to try to take it again. I'm going to do, I think, elemental summoning or something like that. But, yeah. This is kind of embarrassing, really, to be honest. Oh man, Rustwater. Look at this site. Holy shit. I don't even know if I appreciated how good it was. Just seeing it now for the first time. 2 water, 4 earth, or 2 earth, and then 1 fire. So that's 6, or 5, 6 gems, 7 gems, and then from this another essentially 5. Holy shit. This is an important province. Glad I took that throne. And we have a battle. Oh, I think I stormed the fort up here too. So there's a surprisingly large number of dudes in here. We've got sea trolls and vile cubes, which are pretty good. I don't think these are not fire arrows. Yeah, that's unfortunate. I guess this guy didn't cast what he was supposed to. Yeah, he put up also Grip of Winter, so my guys are all fatigued out. So, we had 2 failed attempts to take forts. Which is not good, because we're not going to have like a long-term peace with Lemuria. So, fortunately, Utgard's kind of kicking around Lemuria also. He's got these Thug Raiders, who are pretty friggin' efficient. Let's see what he's... Vine Shield and... Flesh Eater. Yeah. Pretty efficient. Let's see if there were any big battles. I'm gonna go ahead and just click through all the... Maybe we do it... I kind of hate just clicking through it, but I think that might be best, actually. See if there's any big battles in here. That was the vampire one. Let's watch this one. It had Utgard's God. Versus a consul, because this is a thug. I don't know how he has him equipped. Black Bow of Beowulf. Okay, so he's trying to feeble-mind Utgard's Pretender, which is the worst affliction you can get. But unfortunately, the guy is targeting this chick instead of the snake. I'm not sure what the logic there is. Yeah, poor Enchantress. I guess she was scripted on a... Oh no, I think he got her. I think that's what happened. We're gonna go back and just check that. I think she got feeble-minded and she couldn't cast spells, so then all she could do is run in and attack. Which is not bad. It saves you the trouble of having to kill them off. God, look how tough this guy is. He's just totally going toe-to-toe with this Pretender. You can see he's taking poison damage too, even though he's got a ton of poison resistance. It's because this poison is death poison, which is 35 damage. So that means like 10 of the damage can go through. He should die sometime soon though. He's getting a ton of afflictions though. There we go. The Pretender of Utgard lives on. Was that this one? I think we'll just speed watch through it real quick. I want to make sure she got she got feeble-minded. Yeah, she did get hit. And there's feeble-minded. You lose all your magic skill, so she's worthless anyway. It's actually kind of convenient that it killed her. So that was, what, this one? Nope. That was me taking the Indies that were on top of one of my forts. And so Utgard's lost 2 thugs, actually, this turn. This one he lost 2. We'll watch this one. I think this is probably the same. Basically, he casts Liquid Body, and then he's going to run in and attack. Unfortunately, these are paralysis dudes. So he's going to get paralyzed. Yeah. As he is. And that's only going to get worse. I think that number can tick up. Yeah, he's at 3. He's going to be really afflicted, too, before he dies. Because it's going to take a while to kill him. Disease, Battle Fright. This is one of the things. You have to be really, really, really careful fighting Lemuria with thugs. And the reason is because these guys and the dispossessed spirits, they wreck gods and thugs. So now he could just time out here. Oh, he does. So they can't actually kill him. But he's paralyzed so long he may not make it off the battlefield in time, which I think is what's going to happen. Yeah, they didn't make it off the battlefield in time. So that's a kind of interesting outcome. But I'm sure Lemuria is happy with it. Though he probably did lose some of his troops in retreating, it's probably not many. Okay, he kills my PD with these little raiders. So I'm going to move here, anticipating he moves his little raiders here also. But we'll see. He takes back... You can see he's using some pretty small groups where he doesn't think there's going to be much resistance, and it's enough to just kill 1 PD. Oh, no, they actually lost that. That's really funny. Where the hell is this? Okay, this is... if you've not seen my Lemuria video, I do not take a Thug Bless when I play them. I just do, like, a basically combat caster. This is one of the reasons why you want to take a Thug Bless, because this lady's going to get Awe, and Regeneration, and she has 20 hit points. And then with Skeletal Body, these guys aren't going to do that much damage. It's basically going to do half damage. And now she goes into melee with the Life Drain attack. Okay, in this case they ran. I remember, this is a different version of the game, and so the battle replays all got hosed up. But, where are we? What happened, because it says Utgard was defeated, what actually happened was this Acolyte just sat around, and eventually the Fear Aura caused a rout, and because of their Bless... basically the Awe plus the Regeneration, and then things like Skeletal Body. These guys were not able to kill her before they caused her to rout. But as you can see with different RNG, they ended up losing. So anyway, it was a coin flip, but pretty economical investment for 1 PD. This was the Fortress of Mictlan that I lost. We already saw. Fortunately, I cleared out a lot of the shit they had inside, so hopefully, I'm thinking the next time I go through, I can probably take it. And then this, unfortunately, I lost a bunch of my Black Priests, and that's because of Grip of Winter, which basically made them fatigue out, and then they couldn't run off the battlefield when the front line broke. Okay. And some of our vampires are back. So, okay, here's the strategy. I need to kill this army. The problem is this army has way better, basically magic that it's going to be putting up, and it outnumbers this army. And my armies in these theaters have gotten destroyed from having my fortresses, or my fortress ratings kind of somewhat fail. Therefore, I have to figure out what I'm going to do, and I'm not totally sure. But the best plan I came up with is this. I'm basically sending in a shit ton of vampires. And the vampires are going to do two things. So I've got this guy coming in to do anti-magic and then run. But everybody else is going to enter into a Sabbath communion, which is a blood communion. And the way it works, I have them all positioned here at the back. And you can see a lot of these are red because they don't have blood slaves. You need blood slaves to get into a Sabbath communion. But not everybody has to carry them. You can load them up on certain units. So some of my units have them, not all of them, because I didn't... A, they're not all coming from provinces with labs, and B, I didn't care to do that micro. But I basically have enough for everybody back here to enter the Sabbath communion, and then I have a shit ton of slaves at the front. Like this guy who's got a ton, this guy who's got a ton, and we are going to do some full-on bloodletting spam. And what this is it does 1 armor negating damage, plus an RNG roll, so it does more than 1 damage, but 1 is the minimum, and it does life drain. So it's going to heal the caster for fatigue and other things. Its magic resistance negates, so what that means is if they have high MR, it's not going to affect them, so it's not technically going to get the whole battlefield, but it's going to get a lot of it. And it doesn't affect undead, and it doesn't affect inanimate, so it's not going to hurt my vampires. But it will hurt his army. So especially if he's going into a communion to cast big spells and all these other sorts of things, what can happen, and what I hope happens, is that I kill off most of his troops and most of his mages when they pop their head out to attack. And I pinged this fort last turn, so I thought, pretty likely he is patrols with his army, because he sees my army here. And so he might want to use the PD outside of his fort, plus his good magic, to kind of wipe this army out. Now, there is an issue with that. Or here's a reason why I think he'll do that. He probably wants to fight with this army because he has a tech advantage. Like, he has all sorts of spells I can't cast. So he probably wants to fight, get a big army of mine off the table, and then he can start taking more of my lands. With a big army on the table, he's going to feel pretty uncomfortable raiding, because this army can kill raiders. So that's my thinking, that he probably wants to patrol. So this is kind of the big play. We're moving most of the vampires here. That includes the vampires I have here that were defending this province. It includes some of the people who were blood hunting. It includes the people who reformed in my capital. I'm basically pulling almost all of them in. We have almost 20 vampires. So, hopefully that works. We're getting close to sieging this fort down too. I think the message was... Copper Canyon. Okay, they're moderately damaged, so this probably will not get it. We're moving in a few more troops with these guys, so we may get it this turn, but it may be one more turn. Normally it'll be severely damaged before you're ready to break through, but we could get there. We're also starting to do some horror spam. My blood random, I put a cap on them, and then they can do lesser horror, and so they're going to send a horror here. And I think I have an astral random somewhere up in here. Yeah, I'm going to probably give him... I could do another horror cast with this, but anyway, I haven't. Anything else? I mean, these are basically the plays. I'm taking this, I'm regrouping to take this fort. I'm eventually going to take this, I just don't have it in me right now, and I'm kind of getting my ass kicked. Once I get more vampires, I can take this. But I also... I'm kind of totally fine with Utgard having this, if it's going to help him hold off Lemuria for another turn or two. As I take all of Utgard's shit, he's less able to defend himself. So anyway. These guys are also preaching. One of the best things you can do with them is control your Dominion, because these guys are Holy 2 and Inquisitors, which effectively makes them Holy 4. So they become very, very effective preachers, and we're going to get my Dominion in here. That will protect these two high-income provinces from Lemuria's cancerous dominion. As we see here, probably need to get it out here. I am preaching it away. But anyway, I think that's it for this turn. And damn it, it's 25 minutes and we just did one turn. I refuse to accept that. We are going to do another turn. We're going to do turn 50. I'm not going to get into this one turn per episode business, because I will never finish the series. And you'll have to wait forever, because I typically time my releases by episodes, not by turns. So anyway, if I do one turn per episode, the game's going to go a lot slower for you. Okay, so Utgard sends me something from, oh god. Basically commentating from the last battles that we saw last turn where I was storming the forts and failed. Soldier. General, the armies of Ulm are storming our castles. We have some leftover soldiers, a handful of research mages, some leftover magic items, a bucket of gems, and a string. What should we do? General MacGyver. I think I have a plan. Which, I mean, those castle defenses, that's some of the best defending I've seen. And it's only going to get worse, because I've played a little bit ahead. But we'll see it in a second. Or probably next episode. Okay, we have a horror battle, so we'll watch that. We got 3 of these belly maul horrors. Against 10 PD, they should be able to take it. The good thing about these guys is they can do a ton of damage to lightly armored units. Yeah. You can see they kill them really fast. I believe they're ethereal too, so they'll take so much damage. No magic sites. Blood economy is still going. Yeah, you can see too, I was so focused on getting my blood economy going early, and it's really important because it's kind of an exponential growth thing. Like, the more vampires you have, the more you can get your blood economy going. And if I didn't have that set up quickly, then I still needed to use my vampires for this war, which at some point you need to, because your archers fall off and your other guys will get killed. Then using my vampires, I'm using 20 vampires, but my blood economy is still going strong. If I didn't get my blood economy going quickly enough, then 20 vampires would be my whole blood economy. And then I wouldn't be able to make more. But anyway, we're going good. Battle here, Utgard's Pretender is still continuing to do work, I believe. Okay, that's just 1 PD. The Bane, our Bane was successful, rummaging through the ocean. This is the one with the Vine Shield and then the axe. And yeah, once he gets Berserk, his protection ticks up a good bit. I wonder if he gets fatigue from Berserk. Yeah, he does. Damn, he hits hard. 50 damage. Woo. Okay. Lemuria is attacking Utgard, and it does not... I can just tell you, it goes for statues. The statues are gonna win. That's one thing this player, the guy playing Utgard, he wasn't the original player, but he's really good at using living statues. He makes really great use of magic spells. A lot of people let their gems piled up, cough cough, myself included. And this guy will always find a good use, and he uses these in a lot of games. He really likes them, and I think they're really effective. 20 protection. They don't heal in labs. I think, yeah. Unless they're in labs. So, but anyway, great troop for holding the line. Which is, if you're running Skelly Spam, is something super valuable to have. Okay, so that was that. We take this province from Utgard. Okay, let's check this out. So, these guys are coming back in, but he was patrolling. So our wolves run in. Iron Blizzard's coming down. And we get a rout, so that's quite fortunate. Why is this guy fighting? Did I have him scripted to attack? What the fuck? I need to check that out. Okay, he kills the Grand Lemur. That's actually probably worth watching. Oh, just magic duel right off the bat. Boom. I'm actually a little worried about magic duels in my current Lemuria game. Fight a nation with a lot of cheap astral mages, yeah. Be careful bringing your own astral mages to the fight. Okay, wait, that was that battle. We're gonna watch all the battles with Erythra, because that's the main kind of front right now. So these are my vampires moving in. And unfortunately, he didn't patrol. And I'll tell you what happened. He staled. He staled this turn. So it was actually a strategic stale. I think if he played based on the logic I was talking about earlier, I think he would have patrolled. But he didn't. So he totally dodged this, and I doubt when he sees Bloodlet spam come out, he's going to bring a full army out into that. So, anyway, now that they've routed, they stop gem use, and you can see we pour out Raise Undead, or Raise Dead. So, unfortunate. It looks like that was another magic duel. The scout. I moved 2 priests in without any PD, which was probably not smart. But anyway, Utgard sent a wolf, and we managed to smack him with an Iron Blizzard. Let me... Oh, it doesn't say the damage. But yeah, basically he ran up and ate just a handful of Iron Blizzards to the face. That was which one? This one? And then the final battle on the report is this one, which is Lemuria raiding Utgard. For the events, we got another Wraith Sword, which is nice because we lost one a moment ago with our other dude. An assassination attempt on Cicebert, however you say that. Watch this real quick. This is one of the events that can happen to blood hunters. So if you're blood hunting... he dies. It's unfortunate. Oh, and the battle... That's a different RNG, so he could have died. But as it turns out, he won. Let's go ahead and take a look at this. What Ulm has up in here. He's got some crushers for breaking down walls. These, I think, have... Don't they have siege bonus? No, maybe not. But anyway, they're pretty damn big and very cool looking. And I think this army will be the end of Pythium. Okay, we've breached this, and we can potentially storm again. So, the thought is this time, let's storm again without the wolves. So we'll leave the wolves outside. We'll just send these guys in, and with flaming arrows, hopefully we can pick off... Because we killed a bunch of his front line. So hopefully flaming arrows will target the mages. But we'll see. We've also moved people back in here, and we're going to storm the castle here. Basically the same idea. This army, the army inside here, we killed them off when we stormed the fort. This one we killed off, if you recall, in the battle this turn, where as we moved back on top of it, he had his guys patrolling. Yeah. So hopefully this works, but maybe it won't. What we're storming with up here is, yeah, it's the same deal. We don't have flaming arrows because I'm cheap and unprepared. Like, what the hell am I doing? Anyway. I'm trying to think if there's anything else. I don't think so. We're going to be moving a significant army here, and basically we're going to prepare to take this. Yeah. The vampires are still here. We're basically moving in some vampire reinforcements that are bringing out more blood slaves still. And we're also bringing in this guy who can cast darkness. So that if he brings his big army out, it's less likely they'll kill all my vampires. Trying to think if there's anything else. This was that horror province we took. He's basically going to chill out and do blood hunting. We're going to do some more horror spam. This one is going to Mir, which I think is this province. And then I think I've turned this guy into a horror caster as well. No. He's making a Starshine Skullcap, and then he'll be doing horror casting later. Yeah, I think that's it. I don't think there's too much else to cover. It's been a long episode. Thank you guys for hanging in there. A few thoughts in closing. Let's take a look. We have Thaumaturgy set 6. We're running up. So this is nice. It gives us Enslaved Mind, which is good, very good against Lemuria with their thugs, but not good against Lemurian armies. What is good against Lemurian armies is what I don't think I'm going to stop until I get, which is Undead Mastery. Plague is also nice to have in vampire battles. With Skelly Spam and Plague, in Darkness, vampires get very, very hard to kill. Yeah, so... but Undead Mastery is the real target. I'm also an Astral Nation, which is nice because running up this, I can do communions to get Master and Slave, which will be good when I end up fighting Abyssia, because I can enslave large swaths of his army. And I have a pretty good Pearl income. It's my best gem in terms of... I don't know if it's my highest. Yeah, it is, 18. So it's significantly my highest income. So having a couple big Master and Slaves against Abyssia will win me that war. So I'll be doing that. I do have a little bit to worry about with him dropping Firestorm. It can kill my Communions before I get some of that shit off. But especially if I do a Communion and I pull in a guy like this who can do... and I can also do... whatchamacallit, the crystal matrices that allow non-communion people to enter, and then I can bring a fire mage in. But basically, with that, we can do... Actually, you know, I don't even need to. I just need to bring this guy. He can do Temper Flesh, and Temper Flesh will give fire resistance. I don't know if that stacks with the normal resist fire. My guess would be it does not, but it may. I may have to test that now. But basically, if I have, like, my communions all fire resisted up, then... And I have these guys, too, so I can do Flame Ward and stuff, because I think I don't have the big Flame Ward, but I think I'm close to the... Yeah, I can do this one, which will hopefully get my Communion Masters, and then the other thing can get all my slaves. And that will allow me to basically do, hopefully, 3 Master and Slaves, which has a good chance of winning me a fight against Abyssia, basically. But it's only going to be very effective the first big battle we fight, because after that he's going to try to do precautions against it. So hopefully he attacks me at some point in the next, like, not within the next 5 or 6 turns, but maybe in like 10 or 15 turns. And then he moves like some huge Doom stack in, thinking he's going to kill me, and then I move a Master and Slave stack into that, and that will be pretty decisive in winning me the game, or at least against Abyssia. If I don't get the timing of Thaumaturgy right with getting this is the counter to Lemuria, and if I don't get this quickly enough, I'm basically gonna lose because Lemuria is gonna attack me, and I'm not really gonna have the tools I need to fight them. So I think that's it for this turn. Thank you all for watching, and I'll catch you next episode.